Holy moly, it's me, San Martinez, on the scene. How you guys doing? I am here and I am live and I am jamming out to Rise Roots that's going to be down at Luna del Lago. Let me turn this down so you guys can go ahead and hear. And I happen to have one of the organizers that is going to be putting it on with you guys, and I want you guys to meet him. But first, let's get this party started, and this is how we do it. All right, guys, without further ado, let me go ahead and let this man introduce himself, because I tell you what, you're going to want to know exactly what's going on, because we want you there. Yes, you there, the audience that is watching right now. So everybody, without further ado, tell them who you are, what makes you famous, sir.
That's right. Appreciate it, Sam. Thanks for having me. Yes, I am Brandon Kleinlein. I am the organizer and founder of which will be the inaugural year of Luna del Lago Music Festival, which is going to be taking place here first weekend in November 3rd through 5th, out at lovely Pleasant Harbor at Peoria, in Peoria, Arizona, at Lake Pleasant, Arizona. So looking forward to having you guys all out there.
Man, I tell you what, okay, so just a little history, guys.
Sure.
I've known Brennan for a very long time. I don't know if I could go ahead and drop your location that you run and own. Last Exit, are you still doing that? I mean, This is my first time talking to you in years, my friend. Are you still doing that out there in Phoenix?
Yeah, and that's how I've been in the business. So I started in the music business with Last Exit Live, the music venue that's been kind of in the Valley for 20 years now, since 2003. So still doing that. We're downtown Phoenix, and as far as the festival history goes, in 2010 I started what some people might be familiar with, which was called the Apache Lake Music Festival, and ran that from 2010 to 2019, just before COVID hit. And so this is kind of a branch off of that. We had kind of reached our capacity and limitations out there as far as infrastructure, what they could hold, and we were kind of capped out on our attendance. So started looking for a new location to continue a festival, and found Lake Pleasant and saw they do great events out there and has the ability to grow into a nice big festival. So that's how it kind of transitioned from Apache Lake into now Luna del Lago Festival.
Dude, that is so awesome. And that's just a snippet of what this man is all involved in. And I feel like we have the same flavor of genre, which is the reggae rock. So that kind of comes up with the next conversation that maybe a lot of people want to know about. What genre of music is going to be playing at Luna del Lago?
Yeah, for sure. So there's a little bit of everything. I think the goal here for me was to try to have a diverse lineup, that there was a little bit of something for everybody. There's certainly a good amount of reggae bands. There's some jam bands on there. There's some funk and soul on there. There's a little bit of even some Americana and things like that. So the idea is that we'll have those flavors that you talked about, that like for you, Stan, you're really into the reggae stuff as well as I am. And so there's going to be, 4 or 5 of those bands out there. But maybe if you're not into that, there's a plenty of other genres that you can check out. So, and with it being at a beautiful location and where there's at a lake and there's other things to do, like rent stand-up paddle boards and things like that, you can kind of plan out your day based upon who you want to see. And, with this diverse lineup. So maybe if you're not in the reggae bands, you skip that little portion, and then you go do something else down at the lake, and then you come back for something that you're more into later in the evening. So the idea on the lineup was to be very diverse and try to satisfy a lot of needs out there for people's musical tastes.
And this is perfect, because it's like sometimes you just want to go ahead and have like a little getaway and things to do. And it's from our area. This is the reason why we jumped on, is because in November it gets a little chilly here, but in Lake Pleasant it's still like 75, 80 degrees. Yeah. So I'm like, this will be a perfect time for us to just travel. I think it's like an hour and 15 minutes from us. I think, Great. Or maybe an hour or something. But Lake Pleasant is really honestly a destination spot. And a lot of people that I've been talking with, they're like, is there a place for that many people? And I'm like, dude, they have like, I'll let you tell them about this.
Yeah,
The ambiance or the location. Tell them what it looks like. Just let's see if we
sure.
could picture it.
Yeah, so what's great is the backdrop of where the stages and things are going to be is just going to be this beautiful Arizona showcasing of Arizona's landscaping and lakes. Of course, the if you've ever been to Lake Pleasant or any of our lakes out here, it's just a beautiful landscape. You have the desert and the mountains in the background and this beautiful water body. So I will say that having a place like that out here and then putting a music festival on top of it, it does help the energy, the vibe of everything, because you're going out there and it's just, this, and like you go out and if anytime you're near water and near the mountains and stuff like that and beautiful landscape, it does enhance your time, man. It makes you feel better. So having a music festival out there, so that it's going to be a picturesque kind of thing out there for people. And it being at Pleasant Harbor, this is a place that has over 350 RV spots. They have car camping, they have tent camping, they have facilities where there's a restaurant, Dillon's restaurant. They have the dock with boat rentals, stand-up paddle boards. So we're doing this in a location that's very conducive for people to, have options to do things in just beautiful landscape like we talked about.
Wow. And I mean, I know for a fact that all these bands are fire. I mean, like literally the lineup is just like
Appreciate it.
these are people, bands that have been like starting since like 2010, 2006
Sure.
when I was getting so involved in it. I mean, you guys have literally Fayuca coming through. I mean, there's my boys. I love them, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
And
and
a
the
lot
the
of
thing. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead. You go.
I was going to say, and a lot of the diversity of the lineup is it's a great mix. I think of you have some bands on there that are regional acts, like we're talking about, like Arise Roots from Los Angeles, but then you have this great local flavor of these legendary bands like Fayuca and the Black Moods, and so it's a great combination, I think, of some regional touring acts as well as, obviously, as you can see looking at that list, there's Arizona's super well represented on this festival. So we're excited about the lineup for sure.
This is a pretty big deal, my friend. I really believe that this is something that will carry on from here on out, and I think the location is like you said, it brings this ambiance of like a need of it, and because I jumped on it is because we're in northern Arizona and Prescott, like for instance, this morning it was like 65 degrees here, 64. And I'm like, what? And if you go even further in Flagstaff, it's like 45 degrees early in
Wow.
the morning right now. And it's like, dude, what happened to our summer, man? But Phoenix keeps that heat index going fire, especially during November. So let's go over the logistics. I just want to let everybody know that all the information has been scrolling on the bottom. And if you guys want to be a sponsor, please reach out to them. Or if you want to go ahead and, or do you have still room for vendors?
We sure do. So we're going to have not only we're going to have artisan vendors, which is your normal crafts and things like that you see at music festivals, and we still have room for that, and we also are going to have food trucks out there. We are close to confirming all of our food trucks as far as like not having any more room. We have probably room for another 1 or 2 food trucks, but we certainly do have plenty more room for our artisan village, which, so if any people out there, any of your listeners, if you have a shop or store, if you sell jewelry or clothing or anything like that, and you want to reach out to us, we'd love to have you part of the festival. Certainly can get you the information on all the opportunities for vending out there.
Nice. And that's a pretty big deal to get there. What is the expected crowd size? I mean, in the past, I know for a fact Last Exit always sells out. But as far as like the past events that you've been a part of,
Sure.
what do you think the capacity is going to be?
We're hoping, this is based upon what we used to do at Apache Lake, and also, based upon this lineup and the time of the year, we're hoping to do somewhere between 3,500 to 5,000 people per day out there, which is a great, for a first year festival. That's a great number for us, and a great turnout. And so that's what we're hoping for. And I think that's what we'll probably get, is hopefully right under the 5,000 person per day mark.
Right on, right on. I'm just gonna go over this real quick.
Sure.
Only Nature, whoever Only Nature is, they're ready. They're ready to rock out. Facebook user, thank you for joining us this morning. I don't know who it is, but good morning to you.
Good morning.
And Diana's like, bring revolution and stick figure.
Hey, you
I
know,
tell you
that's
what.
a good, those are good goals to have for future. Like we just talked about future years, certainly, but we got to get a start. And so hopefully this will give us a base. And the other reason for doing this, like where we're doing this is Pleasant Harbor has the ability. I've been out there to seen some really large scale events. Their 4th of July event that they just put on, they get 20,000 people at. So the good news for her is that this location has the ability to book big bands like that at some point. So hopefully we can get Revolution and them out here sometime.
That would be amazing. And Catherine, she's like, so excited to see Fayuca and Arise Roots and so many others. And I'm telling you what, man, this is a fairly big deal for me because once again, you get to reunite with a lot of the bands that you kind of started off with, like promotions and stuff. And I don't know if many of the viewers on my side actually knows what I started with, but I swear, man, I just got done seeing Iration out in Pepsi Amphitheater. And Iration was literally the first band that I booked in Prescott, Arizona at our good little dive bar called Lizards Lounge in Prescott, Arizona. Yeah, man. It was so fun to go ahead and see where they're at now. And it's just beautiful. It's beautiful because the music is beautiful. The people that love the music is beautiful. And the whole ambiance is the greatest thing about it. And I'm pretty sure that you have a connection with every one of these bands that are on this lineup. I mean, it is what it is. You brought a lot of good bands to your spot for sure.
Yeah, and I can relate to that. That's so cool that you had the opportunity to work with a band and put a show on with them in a small venue like that. And now you got to see, you like you just said, you just saw them at Pepsi Amphitheater, and for you to see them and kind of be part of that journey is really cool. And so that's something certainly that I've worked with. Most of these bands I've worked with, like Arise Roots and Monophonics and these bands that have played Last Exit and have kind of, over the years outgrew Last Exit. And so now we're putting on this festival, and we're excited to be able to work with them again on a bigger, larger scale. So it's really cool to see the growth of a band like that, and to be able to, like what you just saw with Iration, and go witness that and know that you were a little bit part of that journey and helping them, at least in your market, to help grow them.
Yeah, and I wish they cost the amount that I paid for them when they came.
Yeah,
and
right.
I'm just going to expose it because I'm telling you guys, it was like $450 plus the accommodation for I think it was just Micah to get a hotel, because Micah didn't want to hang out with the boys because he had a girlfriend at the time, and all the boys are like, "Oh, dude, we'll hang out with you." And the rest of the bands that are still on the band, well, they stayed at my house. It was like,
fun.
This is the life we live with. And they were driving a little Winnebago with the trailer on the back, man. It was amazing to see that to what they have now. So this is what it's all about. It's about making connections and also seeing these up and coming bands up until the next level, which is a very big deal. And I think that being a part of that is a huge deal. So thank you for allowing me to be a part of your amazing event in Lake Pleasant this year, 2023. Sorry, I'm already ahead of the game.
Right. You're already trying to book the next year's event, right?
Let's go, man. I'm telling you what, man, we should launch the promotion as soon as this event is over. Like, okay,
that's right.
2024.
Yeah, let's hopefully. Yeah.
So, guys, I just want to let you know one more time that you can go get your ticket links at the Luna del Lago Festival. And I'm going to go ahead and put on here a short link. So screenshot this link right here, and it'll take you straight to the thing. But if you can't get to that link, or you can't screenshot it and don't even want to write it down, go to lunadellagofestival.com. Right?
Yep.
I'm going to make sure that's right. lunadellagofestival.com. There we go. Brandon, I really do appreciate you coming on this morning and taking the time out to join us over here at the Prescott Times. And I really do appreciate all the things that you're doing for the community of Phoenix. And I tell you what, man, it's a destination spot that people could go and listen to some great music, but to have it all in one place, genius.
Well, I appreciate it. And we certainly are excited to have the Prescott Times, you guys' involvement in the festival, and excited for you as well as some other people in your community to hopefully come down and escape that cooler weather in November and come down to Phoenix here.
Yes, and I'm all in, man. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wring out the heat as much as possible before it starts getting colder. Yeah. So with that, man, I am so happy to be a part of this, and there's gonna be a few more interviews. I'm hoping with some good bands that we could go ahead and say, hey, let's go ahead and hype it up a little bit more. And I'll see you down there, my friend. And if there's anything we could do for you, let us know, because we're all here for you. Do you have any last minute comments?
Nope. I appreciate your time, and we're excited to put this on, and we just hope that everybody out there watching will want to be part of this inaugural year. So you could say, hey, I was at year one when this thing was just a tiny little thing. So
yeah. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be tiny, my friend. I'm thinking people are going to jump on this board real quick.
Well, we're excited
with that, my friends. Yeah, and with that, my friends, I tell you what, it's going to be a big event, and if you guys want to go, check it out. I'm going to go ahead and post a picture right there. Take a screenshot, see all the bands that are going to be there, and I'm telling you what, I'm happy. I'm actually excited. I wish we could go tomorrow because after the most recent event down in Flagstaff, I'm like, dude, I'm hyped. I'm ready to rock.
You're fired up. Yeah, let's do it. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it.
Yeah, with that being said, guys, I'm out of here. I know he has something to do. You guys got something to do. So thank you for watching. And if you see this later, make sure you go get those tickets because they will sell out. With that being said, peace, love, and happiness. Let it not be war. And remember, love always wins. Peace out.
Thank you.